Hello and welcome. The Finance Minister has presented her 8th consecutive budget, a history in itself. But this time it does seem that she has tried to be kind to the common man, the middle class to be in particular. To discuss the changes and what could be the relief that a middle class will get from the announcements that have been made here, we are joined by a panel of experts who will try and decipher the budget with us. I would introduce my guest, Mr. Akhil Chandana. He is the partner from GT that we have with us. We have Rumki Majumdar. She is the economist with Deloitte, and also Amit Pava, again partner with Deloitte. First of all, I like to go to Akhil and ask him what exactly does this threshold of 12 lakh rupees mean for a common man, middle class to be in particular. Akhil?
Yeah, thank you. I think it's a big change, a big relief, and I think there's been a long pending demand, especially for the people who've been filing their tax return under new tax regime. They've been asking to make new tax regime more attractive by reducing the tax rates and increasing the exemption limits. Though our Honorable Finance Minister has not touched on the exemption limits, but I think on the tax rates, she's rationalized the slab rates. So just to give you a perspective, up to 12,75,000 for a salaried class people under new tax regime, there is no tax, which means the saving of almost 80,000 rupees. And just to elaborate this further, if a person has 18 lakh of taxable income and opted to file the tax return under the new tax regime, there's a saving of 70,000 rupees. And going beyond, if a person has an income of 24 lakhs, then 25 lakhs, then the saving is more than 1 lakh, which is 1,10,000. So big change, and leave a lot of disposable income in the hands of middle taxpayers, which is a requirement of the economy. So let's see how the things, though we have to wait for the fine print, but looks like very, very welcoming change, Thank you.
Welcoming change there, as per the experts. I'll like to go to the economists, Rumki. Rumki, what do you think would this do? Would this aid consumption boost?
Absolutely. And if you have gone through the analysis before the budget, one of the points that was continuously being talked about is how the middle income class population is actually suffering because of inflation. The wages are not growing, employment situation is not as good, and this boost will be a big change because it leaves a lot of money in the hands of the consumers who can spend and who can boost consumption spending, one of the biggest domestic demand driver of India right now. Given the geopolitical uncertainties that we have seen, we right now need domestic demand to grow. And even investment, private investment, which is kind of looking for a clue to come back into action, they are also looking at a sustained consumption growth over time. And I think this move will be a big push to consumer spending going forward. So as PM yesterday mentioned, that Mahalakshmi should have a kripa on this, and I think the Prime Minister has done that.
That's how it looks like at this point of time. But to take it forward, apart from 12 lakh exemption, there are other changes as well. And for the explanation of those changes, I would request Amit to give us his analysis of what all other savings can a common man look at.
Yeah, thanks. I think the Finance Minister has been extremely kind, not only in giving more money in the hands of the common man, but also to reducing compliance burden, encouraging voluntary compliance. For example, even individuals are currently allowed to file tax returns, updated tax returns for the last 2 years. Now, the government has seen the success of that scheme, what was introduced in the recent past. So she's increased the time limit to file an updated return, albeit paying more taxes through that. But up to 4 years, taxpayers can file an updated tax return, which promotes, voluntary compliance. People want to come on their own to report their taxes or to amend their taxes. And apart from that, the benefit in the form of self-occupied house property is currently restricted to a single property. Now, that has been, again, a significant change. Now, the government has increased to 2 self-occupied properties, and at the same time, what has also been stated is that the same will be without any conditions. Of course, we'll have to look at the fine print once we have further details. And another, I think, from a compliance perspective, another welcome move is to enhancing the deduction, the TDS exemption limit for rental properties from 2.4 to 6 lakhs. So thereby, some people will remain outside the tax net. Therefore, it will be easier compliance for them. I think these are some of the key changes apart from giving more money in the form of tax exemptions in the hands of common people. Thank you.
Thank you, Amit. So while we still decipher the other changes and other announcements that have been made in the budget speech today, but for now it does look like that the middle class will go home happy, at least for now. Thank you very much for joining us.